following is a presentation of GRS TV.
District track meet here in Garland ISD. We're welcoming you here with GRS TV at Williams Stadium, and what a beautiful day it has become. Very little rain and very little wind. It's just a beautiful day out here, not a cloud in the sky, and we get to open it up with one of the most exciting races of the event, and that's with the girls 4x100 meter relay. Hi, I'm Bobby George, and this is Roman Alexander, and we'll be broadcasting this for you tonight. And man, what a great day!
Oh man, it's a fantastic day, and kind of like you said earlier, Bobby, man, the wind is perfect. I mean, boy, a couple of days ago, you would have really had a hard time running a track meet, but man, this is ideal weather, and maybe we'll look and see some spectacular times today.
All right, in lane one for the girls 4x100 meter relay, it will be Wiley East with the very best prelim time. Lakeview Centennial in lane 2, South Garland in lane 3, Saxe lane 4, Naaman Forest lane 5, Rowlett in lane 6, Garland lane 7, and Wiley way back in the Wiley will be in lane 8.
Well, like you said, Bobby, Wiley East comes in here with the fastest time at 47.89, and then closely followed by Lakeview, 48.82, and then also Wiley. Kind of got them mixed up there. Wiley actually had the second fastest time at 48.15. So it ought to be a pretty close race, and be interesting to see how this result turns out.
It's interesting that Wiley is way up in lane 8. At the very top of the curve, and then you have the fastest two times, in lane 1 and 2. So they're at opposite ends of the spectrum. Usually they're right together, like lane 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah,
they've just got them all spread out here.
Yeah, they do. So we'll kind of be interesting to see how that pans out.
Yeah, I think what happened here, they said before the race, was that they were able to do a draw, and it was just a random selection draw that they got their lane assignments, and they are off. Again, the top speed here is 47.89 by Wiley East. That is in lane 1.
The handoffs look good on that first exchange. So right now, everything is looking really good.
Yeah, Wiley staying out front, out there in that lane 8 position. Beautiful handoff there. Looks like Saxe in lane 4 has really made some ground up here.
Yes, they have.
They are sitting there at the finish line here. They're in second place. Are they going to be able to pull an upset? It looks like it's going to be 1, 4, and 8. That'll be East, Saxe, and Wiley coming in first, second, and third place there.
Yeah, Wiley East was able to hold it off. I mean, they had the best time going into the finals, and so they were actually able to maintain that lead and able to come away with that victory there.
Yeah, great run. Next up, we have the boys 4x100 meter relay. In lane 1, it'll be North Garland. Lane 2, Garland High School. Lane 3, Wiley East. Lane 4, Saxe. Lane 5, Naaman Forest. Lane 6, Lakeview. Lane 7, Rowlett. And lane 8, Wiley.
Yeah, coming into this 4x100 meter relay, the fastest time coming into the finals was Lakeview at a 41.17, and then you have Wiley 41.65, and then you have Saxe coming in at 42.53 or 52, excuse me. So it's going to be a pretty tight race here.
Yeah, they're really close, and all these teams are super fast. Their first leg and their last leg are usually the very fastest, so we'll just see who can come out on top on that first exchange. But all these teams are really close, all within maybe a half a second from each other. Now in lane 2, it looks like they had a little trouble. Wiley is really keeping up with it on that outside. No one's breaking away yet.
Well, it looks like Lakeview made a little bit of ground, but boy, we're really close here. This is going to come down to this anchor leg.
That lane 1, North Garland's really keeping up. Let's see what they got in lane 3, Wiley East. Do they have it? Boy, what a photo finish for first and second. It looks like number 4, maybe Saxey came in third place. I'm not sure. But what a great race.
Boy, what an outstanding run by North Garland. I mean, they really, really had an outstanding run there.
Next, we have the girls' 800-meter run as they've just started the run there. Lane 1 was Abigail Perez, the number 1 seed. And then Abigail Brea was in lane 2. Madison Akers for East is in lane 3. Madeline Herrera, lane 4. That's for Saxey. There's a whole slew of them, but those are the main 4 that had the best prelim times. Layla Talbot, number 5, started in lane 5. It was for Wiley East, and Alexa Schmidt for East, right there together. And you can see that they've trained together, they run together. It looks like they're going to be just setting each other's pace.
Yeah, boy, you get through that 2, 3, 4, and 5, man, everyone seems to be right there with each other. So this is going to be really a tactical race, and see how you can kind of use that person in front of you to maybe get some drafting and that type of thing. But the first 4 definitely seemed like they had the faster times.
You'll start to see them kind of spread out. You'll have the first 4 or 5, then you'll have the middle group, and then you'll have that backside group there that is just in the race to finish it and be a great athlete of the day. I mean, you know, all of this takes a lot of courage and endurance. This is one of the hardest races of a track meet.
Oh, yeah, this is one of the toughest races. This really finds out what you're made of. Seeing Abigail Perez is still holding that lead there, but boy, I tell you what, she's getting some pressure here coming from behind her.
Well, you think they're running at a pace of 2 minutes and 25 seconds, and that's like that's almost like a 5:20 mile. I mean, that's really hooking it.
Well, kind of like you said earlier, Bobby, it's not it's a sprint nowadays. I mean, these girls are in great condition, and man, they turn it into a 2-lap sprint.
That's what makes it so difficult. You have to have that endurance, and you got to set your pace for that endurance. But you can see her right here. Look how fast they're running. I mean, they are flying. They're right at 2 minutes and 16 seconds. Got about 30 yards to go. Finished right at 2:24. That's just an amazing run. That's her best time. 2:25 was her best. 2:24 unofficially.
Yeah, it looks like she might have had a PR in this race today. And Abigail just ran a great race. She led it from the beginning and finished coming in first place.
Next, the boys' 800-meter run. Lane 1, Zachary Brumfield. Lane 2, Elma Chacha. Lane 3, Ashton Hughes. Lane 4, Carter Roberts. Lane 5, Logan Tabor. Lane 6, Ethan Macy. Lane 7, Thomas Lee. 8, Tevin Jeter. 9, Landon Fuller. 10, Braylon Bass. 11, Henry Leslie. 12, Ural Akalai. 13, Leland Douglas. 14, Devondre Sword. 15, A. Carter. 16, Godson Aniti. 17, Mateo Guzman. And 18, Joshua Ellis. Those top 5 that I mentioned, Zachary Brumfield, Elma Chacha, Ashton Hughes, and Carter Roberts, all have the best time, and they're all within a real close time, like within 3 or 4 seconds. Zachary Brumfield from Wiley is the one that really should catch your eye here.
Yeah, he's ran the fastest time, 1:54, and kind of seems like he would kind of, have a chance to pull away. But, that's why you race. But, boy, his time is really a little bit better than some of the other ones coming in. But, again, this is a tough race, and on any given day.
The good thing on this race today is that it's warm outside and it's been sunny, so your legs are nice and warm. If you don't race good with this weather, you're going to have a hard time racing anywhere. So if he truly ran as fast as he ran with a minute 54, I mean, that's really cooking it. That's 6 seconds faster than anybody else on the prelims.
Yeah, he's got an outstanding time. And, like you said, Bobby, today might be the day he can go get his personal record and maybe get that time down a little bit faster. It'll be interesting. We'll see here and see if he can separate himself from the other guys.
Well, that kind of time, you might start. You may have a chance to get out of district and go to state with that kind of time.
Absolutely.
I mean, you're thinking that's less than 2 minutes. And they are off. He is in lane 1. Oh, we had a big fall right in the middle. Everybody started to cross over and got tangled up.
Yeah, that's unfortunate because they got tangled up, and now you got to try to get your mind right, see if you can get yourself back in this race.
This is where you got to come around that 200-meter mark, and you got to start thinking about your pace, how you're going to finish this race out.
Yeah, right now everyone's looking real good, pretty smooth. Don't see anybody really tightening up yet.
Wiley is out in front. It's Zachary Brumfield. He is really pulling away. If he can keep this pace, that'd be pretty amazing. Got a close race between second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. They are right together.
Yeah, that's kind of what the times in the preliminary kind of indicated, that second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth were going to be right there on each other. And be interested to see how that shakes out.
Okay, so now you're at your last 300 meters to go. This is kind of where you either you're going to fall back or you got to suck it up and kick it in.
Yeah, like they used to say, that old bear jumps on your back, and man, it can start to slow you down. But I tell you what, Brumfield is looking really, really good coming around that curve. He seems smooth and relaxed, and man, let's see if he can get a PR today.
Let's see if he can hit that 100 meters and see what he's got left in the tank. You're getting a good pull from second and third and fourth. They're really racing it up here. It looks like Saxey's going to take second. They're making a great move. And they do. It looks like he gets a 1:59, so he does come in a little bit slower than his prelim times, but man, what a great race they had today. What an exciting race this will be. Girls 100-meter hurdles, and these girls can fly. We've been watching them. They don't hop over these hurdles. They step over them. We've got Amani Yarbrough from Wiley in lane 1, Jayla Thomas from Rowlett in lane 2, Ashley Lehman, North Garland, lane 3, lane 4, Kaylin Caruso from East, Kelly Horace in lane 5 from Lakeview, Madeline Moran, lane 6 from Garland, Caitlin Bogle, lane 7, Wiley, and Laundry Titsworth in lane 8 from East. And these girls, their preliminaries are really close and are really good times here.
Yeah, Kaylin Caruso comes in with the fastest time at 14.62. But I tell you what, Kelsey Horace is right there from Lakeview at 14.62. And then you have Ashley Lehman from North Garland at 15.25. So it will be interesting to see if those three ladies can get out and maybe make it a really tight race.
Lane 3, Ashley Lehman from North Garland. Lane 4, Kaylin Caruso from Wiley East. Lane 5, Kelsey Horton.
You know, the interesting thing about hurdles, Bobby, is your form and you know the ability to keep your form and keep your focus, and really will be interesting to see who can three-step between these hurdles.
Yeah, lane 3, 4, and 5. I mean, they can really cook it, but all of them look to be really good hurdlers. Saxey in lane 4 is really cooking. Lane 3, and then lane 2 will be the finish.
Yeah, it looked like Kelsey Horace from Lakeview was able to come out with that victory. She came into finals with the second fastest time, but boy, she was able to really get up for that race and come back with a victory.
She had perfect step between, just like you said, those 3 steps, man, they were just, and she was just stepping over it. So we have a replay here. Girls 100 meter. And just watch that, just perfect gliding right over it. Lane 3 as well. Ashley Lehman.
Yeah, she was just able to concentrate, get her form, just relax, and hitting 1, 2, 3 strides in between those hurdles, and just really was able to focus. And man, just a nice looking run there.
So here are the girls' 100 meter hurdle results. Welcome back to Garland ISD District 968 varsity track meet. And you can see now we're fixing to get ready for the boys' 110 meter hurdles. And as the girls race, you know, they run 100 meter hurdles. The boys run a 110 meter hurdle. So they had to move the starting line back just a little bit.
Yeah, they, you know, moved it back a little bit, and then, you know, moved those hurdles up just a little bit higher. I know one thing, I couldn't jump over them, that's for sure.
Yeah, they have to raise the hurdles up another, I don't know, about 4 to 5 inches. I'm not exactly sure how much higher they are, but they are definitely higher. All right, we'll give you the lane assignments. Here we go. Lane 1, that's Brandon Bell for Saxey. Lane 2, Jaden Lyles, North Garland. Lane 3, Desmond Hall for Naaman Forest. Lane 4, Jaden Young with the best time in prelims. Lane 5, Noah Miles with the second best. Lane 6, Ben Stowell and from Wiley. Lane 7, Caden Flowers from Garland High School. And Lane 8, Jaden Dozier from Naaman Forest.
Yeah, you know, and like you said, Desmond Howard from Wiley East had the fastest time going in at 14.94, and then you had Jaden Young coming in 15.16, and then you had Jaden Lyles coming in at 15.22. One of the interesting things is seeing the third and fourth fastest time are both 15.67. So, you know, maybe right in that middle of that race, you're going to see a couple people maybe battling for first and second. I'm sorry, for second and third.
Yeah.
So it will be interesting to see.
Again, you can't make a mistake on these hurdles. You got to get that leg over it and step through it. But your favorites to win it are from Naaman Forest, East, and North Garland. They're in lanes 3, 4, and 5.
So they get a chance to kind of see where each other are and you know, get a feel. And, you know, sometimes that really does give you an advantage in that you know right where your competition is, and you have a chance to, you know, gauge where you are.
So we'll see if Jaden Young in lane 4, they are off. We'll see if they are able to maintain their best times. Again, it is super close. I mean, they are right neck and neck so far. Does look like Jaden Young does come out on top, but it was a great close race.
Yeah, that was really close. I mean, again, he was able to keep his form and you know, 3-step through there. And, boy, I tell you what, North Garland was right there.
They were close. Here are the results of the boys' 110 meter hurdles. All right, we're back to the backyard races here. The girls' 100 meter dash. This is the one that everybody wants to get down and line up and run and race each other. We've got lane 1, Faith Lacey from Wiley. Lane 2, Renea Shoemaker from Centennial. Lane 3, Elia Bell, South Garland. Lane 4, Hannah Lowe from Saxey. Precious Akpati from lane 5 from East. Sky Marie Gooten, lane 6 from Naaman Forest. Cameron Fair, lane 7 from Saxe, and lane 8, Mariah Morgan. And there in the middle, again, you have Hannah Lowe from Saxe and Precious Ackman from East and Sky Marie from Naaman Forest. Those are your top guys that are in the middle of the field here. Usually they put them in there because they're the fastest, right?
Absolutely, and that's what you want. You want to be able to see your competition. Again, you know, we got Hannah Lowe with the fastest time coming in at 11.61.
I mean, she cooks it.
So it's looking like she can maybe get some separation from some of the other people, but that second, third, fourth, and fifth are going to probably be right there with each other, especially the second, third through fourth. It'll be pretty interesting to see how that pans out.
Hannah Lowe, her times are just really, really fast. I mean, the separation on a 100-meter dash, I mean, is really, really close. Usually it's, you know, a couple of steps here and there, but she almost shaves off a half a second between first and second in her races.
Absolutely, and again, what a perfect night to maybe go and get a PR in this race, and let's see if she can maybe get it down a little faster, especially, you know, going into the regional. So this will be a really big race for her to see if she can improve.
The flags, I mean, the wind is just hardly anything right now, and if anything, it would be at their back. There's not a whole lot there at all. And again, it's nice and warm out. Legs are good.
Yeah, this is the ideal situation. I mean, the weather is superb.
So she preliminaried at 11.61. And the fastest after that was 12.26. They are off. She gets a great kick. Oh, there's some fast girls out there. Wow. That is just so fast.
Yeah, she just looked really smooth. I mean, she got a good start there, and she was able to get into rhythm. And, man, she didn't have any wasted motion at all coming down that track. And, man, just a straight line. You know, sometimes they say the fastest thing is a straight line. And, boy, she was really on a straight line coming down that track.
Next, we have the boys 100-meter dash. In lane 1, we have Raymond Robinson from Rowlett. Lane 2, Aiden Ruiz from East. Lane 3, DeMarcus Carson from Naaman. Lane 4, Corey Boyd from East. Lane 5, Jemai Olford from East. Lane 6, Dwayne Marshall from Lakeview. Lane 7, Gerald Austria, Naaman Forest. And lane 8, Ty Miles for Garland.
Yeah, this be interesting. We got coming into fastest time here. We got Corey Boyd from East, Wiley East, running in at 10.60, and then closely behind Jamel Offord, 10.89. So we'll see those two in the middle of the field and see how this pans out.
And they are off. Corey Boyd does get a great start. The two teammates are running neck and neck, and boy, he's just pulling away. Great race. Everybody run a good race right there.
Yeah, that was just an outstanding race there. Again, you know, we kind of lived up to what we kind of thought. You know, coming in with the fastest time, he was able to get out and just really stay relaxed, low. Look at his start. He just comes out low, starts to drive, got those arms moving, got those knees up. I'll tell you what, you had a threesome there with the Wiley East team right there together, pushing each other on down that track.
That's exactly right. And we're talking about points for this district meet. You get a lot of points for first, second, and third place right there for Wiley East. Girls 4x200 meter relay. Lane 1, that'll be Wiley East. Lane 2, I don't see anyone in it. And lane 3 will be Saxy. Lane 5 will be Lakeview. Lane 6 will be Garland. And lane 7 will be Rowlett. Wiley East had the best prelim times at 1:42 and Wiley at 1:43.
Yeah, those two really, really close times there. They're probably pushing each other. I mean, it's kind of interesting. The top 4 times are well within each other. But again, like you said, Bobby, Wiley East has the fastest time, and then Wiley came in with the second fastest time. I think Wiley is in lane 3.
Yes, I think so. It went from Wiley East was in lane 1, Wiley in lane 3, and then Saxy lane 4. So they did skip a lane there.
Yeah.
When they spread them out so far, and you're the very last, you're in lane 1. Of course, you're the fastest time, but it seems like you're so far behind already. You know, you start 20 yards behind the second place guy.
Yeah, it is a little deceiving to the eyes, but again, Wiley East is looking good. I think they're beginning to make up some of that ground, but like you said, Bobby, when you start that race, you know, it looks like you're really far behind. And again, gotta watch out for Lakeview, because Lakeview did run a very good time, and they were right there.
Yeah, Lakeview is in the lead, really going, and Garland in second. If she can hold on to it, Saxy's coming up fast. Here we go on the second lap.
Well, I'll tell you what, Lakeview really looked good on that second leg there. We'll see if Wiley East able to, you know, maybe pull her in here. The Wiley East runner is looking really strong here. I'll tell you what, Lakeview is out there. Saxy's right there. That's looking good right now, but we'll find out what we got here coming at.
Yeah, they got to get this exchange right here, and it was a good one. They've got quite a lead. Again, you talked about Wiley East in lane 1. They are coming up around that corner, but I think Saxy's got it if she can maintain.
That's Lakeview. She's tightening up, but tell you what, here come Wiley East.
Oh, it's getting close. Can she finish?
Yeah, boy.
What a great race.
Yeah, Lakeview was able to hold off, and man, it goes to show you. That's why they have the finals, Bobby.
Well, you have that. You have it really kicking in right there on that last leg. You got your speedsters out there. Here are the official results of the girls 4x200 meter relay. Up next, boys 4x200 meter relay. In lane 1, you have Lakeview. Lane 2, you have Wiley. Lane 3, North Garland. Lane 4, Rowlett. Lane 5, Saxy. Lane 6, Naaman Forest. And lane 7, Wiley East.
I'll tell you what, Lakeview comes in with the fastest time at 1:27.16. But boy, right there on their heels is Naaman Forest. I'm sorry, Wiley East. And boy, we should expect that the way Wiley East been running tonight with a 1:28.24. And then still even within a striking distance, you have Rowlett at 1:29 flat. And then you have North Garland at 1:30.35. So this ought to be a pretty good race. And again, between Lakeview and Wiley East, it'll be interesting to see how that pans out.
Yeah, it's interesting again. Lakeview's in lane 1. Wiley East is in lane 7. All the way apart from each other, and they both have they should be striving for first and second. But again, one is in lane 1 and one is in lane 7.
Yeah, that's, you know, again, like we said, you kind of would like to know where your competition is. You'd like to have them right beside
you a little bit. But I tell you, I mean, it looks like, if you just look out there, it looks like Wiley East, they got a big head start, and Lakeview's got to really come up on them. But again, the race is the exact same amount of steps. And here we go. They are off. It's not where you start, it's where you finish.
Absolutely, absolutely. And again, tell you right now, it looks like North Garland's making a pretty good move there.
Wow, he is really coming on strong for North Garland down that home stretch there.
Well, that was a good exchange by Wiley East there, but boy, North Garland's looking really, really good coming around. Saxey's there, but again, Wiley East
making some ground up. Saxey taking second place over Naaman. Well, that is a strong run by Saxey on that second leg. Saxey is really cooking it right there. They're going to take the lead here.
Yeah, Saxey's looking really good. You know, fortunately there, Lakeview kind of seemed like they lost it a little bit there on that handoff. Man, Saxey's looking really strong right now.
Oh yeah, that looks like they're on their way to taking this thing.
But boy, don't count North Garland out yet.
Now they've got a sprinter right here on this 200 meter. He's probably the fastest guy on the team.
Boy, I tell you
and
what,
I mean, he is flat
comes.
flying. And looky there, he took it.
Wow, man.
With authority.
What a tremendous
and
run.
we almost lost second from Saxey too.
Wow, what a tremendous run by that young man. Boy, now there you go. That kind of shows you why you run the finals.
So here are the results of the boys 4x200 meter relay. Girls 400 meter dash. In lane 1, Sinja Maxey from Garland. Lane 2, Abrea Gaines from East. Lane 3, Mia Cobb from Wiley. Lane 4, Tanalua Abasa from Centennial. Lane 5, Maranata Tadisi from East. Lane 6, Adu Abagwu from Garland. Lane 7, Naomi Rochelle from Rowlett. And lane 8, Elena Young from East.
I'll tell you what, this ought to be an interesting race here, Bobby. You know, the top 3 times are really right there with each other. You know, we're looking at...
well, not even just the top 3. It looks like all of them are within 2 seconds of each other.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this looks like it's going to be a tight race.
Yeah.
They're all right around 1 minute, 2 seconds.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And I want to tell you, you did an outstanding job on reading those names because, boy, for a second, I didn't know if I could. So I'm glad you kind of helped me out there.
And the race is going. We'll see. I mean, it's going to be a close race, I believe, all the way through. They are at the back stretch. This is where you always want to just go hide.
Oh, yeah.
You're hoping for that. You're hoping for that. You know, the pole vault pads, so you can just like hide behind there because you're so out of energy about this time.
Yeah, this is like we said, man. This is what you find out what you're made of, right? Coming around this stretch here, coming around that curve.
Yeah, last 200 meters.
And there you go. That back stretch will make you or break you.
So it looks like lane 4 and lane 5 are right together. That's Lakeview Centennial and East. And it looks like Wiley East is going to pull the lead off. Great finish by all the contestants right there. Here are the results of the girls' 400 meter dash. Boys 400 meter dash is next, and we have in lane 1 Richard Johnson from Naaman Forest. Lane 2 Malik Smith from Centennial. Lane 3 Michael Mercano, Naaman Forest. Lane 4 Lewis Ainsworth from East. Lane 5 O'Shea Johnson from Garland. Lane 6 Austin Gibson from Lakeview Centennial. Lane 7 Elijah Walter, Lakeview Centennial. Lane 8, Christian Hampton. And ththese guys are cooking it. They're running around the mid-50s.
Yeah, they got some good times here. You know, you got the Luis Ainsworth from Wiley East running in at 50.97. And then you also have Aston Gibson from Lakeview running in at 51.10. So also, when you look at it, Bobby, the top 4 guys are well within striking distance of each other. So it'll be interesting to see how this race ends up.
I tell you, Wiley East, they've just been in almost every race, men's and women's, and they've had so many people running in those races, and they seem like they're competing within the second, third, first, fourth. They're right there. They're just collecting points for the tournament here. And they are off.
Yeah, they've had, participants in every race, and like you said, sometimes 2 or 3 deep. So, again, doing an outstanding job over there.
And you got to pace yourself. It's a sprint, but you also can't run out of gas. On the back stretch of the 100 meters left of the race, so you've got to really pace yourself.
Well, like we said earlier, boy, coming off this curve is where you really find out what you're made of, and this is where you dig.
Yeah, you see it, Naaman Forrest in lane 3. Now, he is just coming out of nowhere. He took an energy bar today. I mean, he is cooking. And he's going to pull the lead out.
Wow, man, he just gut that out. What an outstanding run. He just wanted that, and he went for it.
Yeah, Michael Mercano from Naaman Forrest with a 48 unofficial time. His best time before that was 51. So an outstanding race by the young man.
Boy, I tell you what, you talk about saving the best for when it counts. What an outstanding run. I mean, again, we look at the preliminary runs, and it kind of gives you an idea of where they might come in and where they might stand. But, boy, what a great run by that young man.
So here are the official results of the boys' 400-meter dash. Girls 300-meter hurdles, one of the most challenging races we have. That's Jasmine Elliott from Wiley in lane 1, Jayla Thomas in lane 2 for Rowlett. East will be in lane 3 with Kyron Ford. Lane 4, Kaylee Horace from Centennial. Lane 5, Zaria Moore, Naaman Forrest. Lane 6, Kennedy Wesley from Saxe High School. Lane 7, Brooke Olabelli from Wiley East. And lane 8, Caitlin Boggle from Wiley.
Yeah, this 300-meter hurdle is a challenging event, and again, you got to have a lot of stamina, and you got to just have a lot of heart and just want to, especially coming down on that back stretch, and you still got to run over the hurdles all the way to the finish line.
Yeah, it's pretty. I would say it's one of the most challenging, because not only are you running a long event, I mean, the only other event any longer for just the, is the 400-meter race. It's the sprint of these, and so you shorten it down just a little bit as a 300-meter, and then you got to jump over hurdles. So
yeah,
you're basically sprinting the whole way, and add a hurdle to it.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, you come down this back stretch, and man, you're kind of struggling a little bit.
Yeah, your legs are already heavy.
And then you got to jump.
It is really close around the back stretch here. Look for these inside lanes to pick up some room here.
It's like Kelly Horace from Lakeview.
Yep. Lane 4, she's really got the lead here.
Yeah,
and Naaman Forrest won the second place. Well, she's just gliding over them easy.
Yeah, she looked really strong there. Outstanding run by that young lady.
Yeah, all of them really had a great run. No hurdles fall, just Everybody's stepping over them. Great run right there. Boys 300-meter hurdles. Lane 1, Jake Courtcamp from Wiley East. Ben Stowell in lane 2 for Wiley. Lane 3, Jaden Lyles, North Garland. Camden Love in lane 4 for Wiley. Lane 5, Jaden Young for Wiley East. Tevin Jeter in lane 6, Wiley East. Eric Pope in lane 7 for Wiley. And Jaden Dozier, lane 8, Naaman Forest.
Well, again, we got the boys 300-meter hurdles coming up, and again we got Camden Love from Wiley with a time of 41.09, the fastest time, and again we have Jaden Lyles from North Garland with a time of 41.39. So this could be a very close race here, Bobby.
Yeah, and we've been seeing a lot of personal bests being beat today. And again, we attribute that to the weather. It's warm out there. The legs are nice and warm. And a lot of these people have already ran a couple of races, so their legs are nice and warm. And they need it because they're fixing to jump over a higher hurdle. They raise it up from the girls to the boys. They raise it up a couple of more inches. And so they are off. We'll see if that Camden Love from Wiley can maintain his personal best here.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, they raise it up a little higher, so, boy, had a little mishap there. But, again, you have to jump and, kind of try to maintain your form and not tighten up. And so it's a very challenging race.
Yeah, so you got Wiley, and then you've got Wiley East and Wiley East for second and third. It looks like North Garland's going to come in second. That's a nice race by a bunch of young men right there. Here are the official results of the boys 300-meter hurdles. Girls 200-meter dash. In lane 1, Elijah Bell from South Garland. Lane 2, Jada Simpson from Wiley. Lane 3, Aluna Booker from East. Lane 4, Hannah Lowe from Saxe. Lane 5, Trinity Richardson from Centennial. Sky Marie Gutton, Lane 6 from Naaman Forest. Egypt Baxter, Lane 7 from East. And in Lane 8, Jada Bradshaw from Saxe High School.
Okay, we getting ready to get this 200-meter underway. And again, fastest time coming in is Hannah Lowe from Saxe High School with a time of 25.27. Really right on her heels is Trinity Richardson from Lakeview Centennial with a time of 25.46. So we'll be looking for these two young ladies to see what they can do.
Yeah, we've seen Hannah Lowe run quite a bit of events here, and she has been just spectacular. We saw her in the 100-meter hurdles and how fast she was able to cruise through that with a victory. And look at her here, and she's getting a little pressure from the outside from Saxe, but she's going to hold on to it. Great photo finish right there. Here are the official results of the girls' 200-meter dash. To UIL District 968 varsity track meet, where we'll have the boys 200-meter dash. Lane 1, Takis Miles from Garland. Lane 2, Samuel Williams, North Garland. Michael Mercano in lane 3 from Naaman Forest. We saw him run that great race earlier. Corey Boyd in lane 4 for East. Lane 5, Cameron Harry from Saxe High School. Montre Jackson in lane 6 from Lakeview. Brendan Haygood, lane 7 for Saxe. And lane 8, Lewis Ainsworth for East.
Yeah, this will be an interesting race. I mean, again, like you said, we saw the young man from Naaman Forest that just won the 400 meters. You know, let's see if he can really come in here and maybe have a little bit left as far as being able to run that 200 meters.
It's a completely different race.
Yeah, it is.
You have that 400 where you have to almost pace yourself at a sprint, and this one is a dead sprint all the way around.
Absolutely. Sometimes running that quarter kind of builds you up for this 200 because you have a little bit left in the tank. But
oh, yeah.
We will see.
Well, they all got a great start. It is going to be neck and neck when they come out of this turn. Everybody's right together. Well, Wiley East and Saxey is just neck and neck. What a great race. I don't know who got it.
That was definitely a photo
21-2 was the unofficial time.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you who won that one, Bobby. That was just an excellent race. Both those young men just did an outstanding job and was really trying to bring it home. Yeah,
both best personal time, 21-2. Nobody's had that time in the preliminaries. So, man, what a great effort for them. Well, here's the official results of the boys' 200-meter dash. Welcome back to District 9-6A varsity track meet. We got the girls' 1,600-meter race up next. The time's about 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 30 seconds, what they usually run it. We have in lane 1 all the way to 21. We've got 21 participants in the girls' 1,600-meter run. Abigail Perez for North Garland's in lane 1. Abigail Leonard in lane 2. And these are the two top runners. Also, Liv Lambert, lane 3. Avery McCoy, lane 4. Madison Akers and Abigail Bray in lane 4 and 5. Anna Ortega, Evelyn Sedig, Brooklyn Davis, Doris Knesvik, Brianna Gonzalez, Riley Gerhart, Amy Jones, Elizabeth Rodriguez, Sky Wardley, Jennifer Gomez, Galigi Clemens, Emma Sanchez, Samantha Orduna, Venice Flores, and Madeline Herrera. All the way out, 21 racers in this race. I mean, that's getting some participants. That's really awesome to be able to do that. And what they'll do is they'll take off running, and then they will kind of close in by the first 100 meters. They'll all close back into one lane.
Yeah, and like you said, Bobby, man, well, I would say we have a full field here, 21 participants, and again, this a race that you had to just find just the mental want to finish this race.
Yeah, you'll be looking for the inside lane there. Lanes 1, 2, and 3 are the top participant racers here that are expected to win this one. Most people, I mean, these girls are really running a good race. They're all under 5:40 time. So, I mean, I would say those are some really good times. Your first 5:10 10 runners there. I mean, that's hooking it. That's about a minute 10 all the way, for the 400 meters each.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
I mean, that's you start thinking of it that way, and that's a fast, 400 meters. And you got to do that for 4 times around the track.
Yeah, well, if you can average 60 seconds or close to that for 4 laps, you're not just resting. I promise you that. You're really working hard. And again, like you said, we have some young ladies here in this race that range all the way from 5:19 down to 5:55. And so, you got a pretty tight group there. And we'll see if anyone's able to kind of break away and maybe get their pace set and maybe get away with this thing.
Yeah, a lot of times they'll stay close together. Everybody's trying to fill their pace out. You have to be careful going around these edges because everybody's in one lane at this point. And so you're kind of running beside a player and they have spikes on their cleats, and you kind of get tangled up. You don't want to be on the outside lane there because you're having to run extra steps as well. So you want to stay close to that inside edge as you can.
Yeah, and you definitely want to stay close inside. You kind of see the little pack breaking away a little bit up at the front. Again, these girls will probably try to, run with each other and just kind of pace themselves off of each other and see where they can get.
Yeah, you have to almost be you have to be careful because you want to stay within that top pack, but they can also get yourself winded because you're not running your normal pace. So you can get burned out real quick and you can fall down, fall back in that fourth lap. So you got to be real careful here.
Well, that's the thing about running the mile. You have to be able to, get your pace and stay confident in what you do and your training that you've done. And, you just get your pace and just kind of stay with it and just run. You kind of heard it, Bobby, run your race.
Yeah, you got to run your race. And you see number 2 right there coming for the pass on the outside. It's a good job to do that before you get on the corner. You don't want to be trying to pass on the corner. It'll wear you out. You have to go back in, and then you get real close. You got to watch the people's steps in front of you so you don't get spiked. But you don't want to be trying to pass on the outside.
Yeah, and like you said, some of the really good runners, because in this type of race you do have to have some tactical skills in terms of you really would want to push that runner a little farther out when you come around those curves.
You see, they're kind of just racing for that first and second spot. I wonder if they're going to be able to keep that pace up because they're really kind of racing each other's race at this moment.
Yeah, again, like we said, that early pack is kind of still, together. And again, we'll be able to see if any separation could be happening here. We are getting some separation with the rest of the field, but again, these top 3, 4, 5 young ladies are kind of staying in there with each other. We're looking at the first 2 ladies beginning to get some separation from the rest of the other ones. But I'll tell you what, that 4th and 5th runner are looking really strong too.
Yeah, Abigail Leonard right there, she is just really picked the pace up. Her best time was a 5:27 coming into the race. And then you have in second place there, I think that's Abigail Perez.
Yeah, that is Abigail Perez.
What's her number say right there on her leg? So they are really starting to separate. And, this is the 3rd lap right here. And it doesn't look like they're slowing down.
Oh, and we've seen Abigail Perez run a little bit earlier, so don't be surprised if she might have a little bit still left in her.
Yeah, you gotta pace yourself here, but you got to keep that pace up.
Now she seems to be running out in that second lane, and boy, that could come back to get you when you start getting later in this race.
She closed it back in on the curve. There you go. What a great race right here, and you can see she just taking, lapping that last place runner right there, and that always feels good when you're racing, that you're catching somebody and doing that. But Abigail Leonard, man, she is picking it up, and look at this finish.
And there she is. I told you, I thought Abigail Perez had a little bit left in her.
Wow.
Again, she just ran her race and just, man, she tactically just let the girl kind of run herself out, and then she was able to get that kick in the last and come through for that victory.
Boy, 5:24 is the unofficial time, but what a great race by those 2 young ladies. That is such a tough race. I mean, it's one of the hardest races because you got to have that energy for that last 400 meters, and it's a dead-out sprint to win it. All right, well, here are the official results for the girls' 1,600-meter run. And we're getting ready for the boys' 1,600-meter run. It's a mile 4 times around the track. You've got in lane 1, Caden Blitz. He ran a 4:21 in prelims. Ramey Abram, lane 2 for Wiley. Lane 3, Nathan Moore. They're all 3 from Wiley. They all run a 4:20 to 4:25 times. You have Elma Chacha for North Garland. Carter Roberts, lane 5 for East. Michael Price, lane 6. Keegan Trussell, lane 7. Those are all from East. Lane 8, Ethan Macy, South from Saxe High School. Henry Leslie, number 9 from Garland. Roman Rabel, Rafael Garza, Thomas Lee, Landon Fuller, Ethan Valdez in lane 14. They do have their numbers on the side of their legs to help you keep track of who they are.
And again, like you were talking about, it looks like Camden Blitz is out. Again, like we said, in this race, you kind of just want to get out and run your own race. And so it looks like this is the pace he's decided. He's going to see if he can maybe maintain that and run away with it.
Well, yeah, and you got 3 of the top racers from Wiley. You got to know they train together and run together. And if they get together, they'll probably carry the pace for themselves. But you can see they're all in the top 4 right now.
Yeah, they're looking really strong. It's looking like they're kind of getting into their stride here. And this, again, you know, like you kind of said, Bobby, if they kind of get up together, they can kind of use each other to kind of, you know, get a little wind draft off of it.
That's right.
And kind of run. And
you can tell they practice together, absolutely.
Right.
And you got Cha-Cha in 3rd place. He's got a pretty good pace there, too. You can see his legs are got a great stride.
Yeah, he's looking like he's got a pretty good stride right now. The pack is not getting left too far behind right now, so you know, we're still in the early stages of this race, and so we'll see what develops here in the next couple of laps.
We're setting right at about 1:35 at that 200-meter mark up there. So they've got a really good pace. They're pacing around a 4:20.
Yeah, like you said, the pace is outstanding here. They've got a really fast pace going here, and again, like we said, it looks like Blitz is kind of running his race, kind of running the pace that he wants, and he's going to make people come with him, or you know, he's going to leave them behind.
Yeah, Raby Abraham is right there with him, his teammate. And you see Cha-Cha in 3rd, and they have kind of separated now at the 2-lap category. So they ran that right at 2:05. Very fast pace.
That's just outstanding pace. I mean, you know, imagine 2:05 and you still have 2 more laps to go.
Yeah, they're really separating the pack. You've got a good group right there in the middle, about 40 yards behind the leader.
Yeah, again, Blitz decided he's going to get out front and run his own race and run his pace.
Yeah, he's looking good, isn't he?
Yeah, he's looking really strong.
Cha-Cha there as well in 3rd. He might be slowing down a little. I can't tell, but the 2 Wiley runners are just really doing well. They've got a great stride. Doesn't look like they're slowing down. Let's see what he hit right here at 3:15 is what their 3rd lap was. So the bell's ringing. This is it.
And boy, Blitz looks like he's gotten a little stronger, man. We'll see. Maybe he's trying to go get that personal best tonight, and we'll find out. He can stay relaxed and not get tight here.
Yeah, let's see what Abraham can do. He's right behind him. And now you're going to get to this 200-meter, the last 200 meters of the race. And this is when you got to say, okay, I've got some gas left in the tank, and I'm going to hit it right here. And then when you get to the 100-meter, you've got to really hit the sprint. So it doesn't look like Ramey's going to be able to catch him. And Cha-Cha is not going to be able to catch him either. I mean, it looks like Blitz, he's running. He's got it. He knows. He's feeling good. You can tell his legs. He's right here. He's kicking it off. He's put it in another gear.
Yeah, he's blitzing his way home.
If he can get this, let's see what his personal time is going to be when he crosses over He got it at 4:17. His best time before that was 4:21. Boy, what a great race by the two Wiley players. Garland North coming in third, and then the Wiley player coming in fourth. So great running by these guys, man. I mean, they are just flat cooking.
Yeah, like you said, man, people are just making personal best all over the place. I mean, what an outstanding run by Blitz there. And again, he went out on his own pace, and man, he felt good the whole way through. And boy, what a great PR for that young man.
Yeah, so you had Blitz at 4:17, Abraham at 4:21, and Cha-Cha at 4:25, and then more from Wiley at 4:30. So, I mean, you had some guys that were really cooking. You get it under 4:30, you're moving, man.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
All right, here's the official results for the boys' 1,600-meter run. Girls 4x400-meter relay. We have in lane 1 Wiley. They ran a 4:15 in prelims. Lane 2 Rowlett ran a 4:18 in prelims. Lane 3 Saxe. Lane 5 Lakeview. Lane 6 Wiley East. And they've been kind of a fast group here. They ran a 4:09 in prelims. Lane 7 is Garland, and lane 8 is North Garland.
Well, again, you know, we're coming kind of to the end of the track meet here, and this is what we kind of call the big time right here. You know, you gotta, every one of them has to run a quarter, and I mean, so it really comes down to what you have left.
Well, it's a fun. This is one of the most fun, I think, relay races, because everybody loves to watch the 400 meter, and now you get to watch it 4 times with a relay in it.
Absolutely, and you kind of got Wiley East here and Wiley both coming in with the best times, but we know now after what we've seen this evening, that doesn't necessarily mean nothing. Yeah.
These a lot of people having their personal bests, and you've got to be on your game today. With Wiley and Rowlett, Wiley ran a 4:15 and Rowlett ran a 4:18. It makes you think it's going to be a close race at the end of the race. So it might be a fun last 100 meters to watch this finish out.
Absolutely.
Everybody gets a good start here.
Yeah, everybody's looking good. You know, that first leg, you got to stay in that lane so you don't get that chance to get into that inside lane. Sometimes it's psychologically that can kind of help you because you don't seem like you're running as far.
Looks like Naaman might be catching up here, and
well, kind of what we thought. Wiley East,
Wiley East.
She's coming down that back stretch. We'll see. We thought Wiley East would be in it, and of course Lakeview was right there. Ooh, Lakeview is looking good, man. What a great kick right there.
Well, that's what you want. You want a big kick, get that lead going.
Wow, that was outstanding leg by that young lady.
Uh-oh. Garland looks like she came up limping there at the end, and it took a long time for Garland to get the exchange. That's a real close race right there.
Yeah,
for first and second. It's a real close between first, second, and third. Just like we said, it's probably going to come down to that last 100 meters.
Yeah, for some reason, I mean, you know, about unless I'm seeing something wrong, I don't know why that young lady didn't get into
she was being called by her coaches telling her to get in.
She just basically ran herself.
Yeah, she ran double length, so now she's run out of time and speed.
Yeah,
she's hurt herself. Yep.
Yeah, that really hurt them there. They were looking pretty good, but she did not know
that she could cut in.
Yeah, right, absolutely. So that kind of put Lakeview back at a disadvantage. I thought they were looking good, but
they actually were. They looked like, you know, they looked like they were in third place actually, and now they are way back because of that.
Yeah. That's just it's just a misfortune there.
Well, Wiley is just really hitting it now in stride. Last 100 yards here. She's still running pretty strong.
Yeah, she's looking good. And tell you what, though, it's this young lady coming in from Wiley. Yeah, so she's made a little bit of a.
Oh no, they dropped the baton in first place.
Oh man.
Oh, and she stopped because she thought she was disqualified. She was not, but she let them gain a lot of ground. Well, she just took off. Maybe that was her game plan. Look at that speed. She's trying to make the ground up. She knows, oh, that was my fault. Boy, let's just take off.
Yeah, she dropped it, and now she's trying to make it up. But I tell you what, here comes Lakeview, considering where they were. I mean, this is an outstanding.
Oh, yeah. She just took second place.
Absolutely. And boy, kind of begs.
Is Wiley going to have enough, or East going to have enough to finish this out? I think Saxe is really, I mean, they are coming up strong.
Yeah. Tell you what.
Does she have enough time? Does she have enough steps? Here comes the teammates. They're all cheering them on. Come on, come on, come on. Here we go.
Wow.
Looks like East going to take it. Saxe in second. Oh, we're going to finish third. Oh, my goodness. Third just got taken over by the fourth place person, and it looks like 4:05. Man, what a crazy race.
Yeah, actually, Bobby, I think that was Lakeview that came back and got second, after what they just did. So there's a strong.
That's a strong team.
Yeah, they might have won this thing.
That's strong will. All right, here we go. Here are the final official results. Girls 4x400 meter relay. The boys 4x400 meter relay. In lane 1, Saxe with a prelim time of 3:29. Lane 2, Wiley East, 3:31. Garland, lane 3. Wiley, lane 4. North Garland, lane 5. Naaman Forest in lane 6. Rowlett in lane 7. And Lakeview in lane 8. Again, the prelim times are around 3:29, 3:28, 3:30, that time frame. So these teams are going to be hopefully really close together on that back stretch of the last 400.
Yeah, like you said, it seems like it's going to be a pretty close race. We'll kind of see what happens as we get into the race, but like right now coming in, Wiley does have the fastest time as 3:28, followed by Saxe at 3:29. So they're all right there. Wiley East 3:31 and Garland 3:31. So both of them are right there on each other. So it could be an interesting race for that third spot.
All these guys can just really run the 400 meter. So if you're running a 3:29, you're running about a 50-second 400. So all of these guys can really flat out run the 400.
Yeah, like you said, they're all running around 50 and possibly dipping down into that 49 range. So again, we'll see, if anyone will tighten up or if they can just stay relaxed and loose and maybe go out here and get their PR again. We've been seeing a lot of that.
Just as we were talking, everybody stays really close. And, boy, what a great run by the first leg guys. Looks like Lakeview and Naaman are in the lead at this point. Of course, they're on the outside of the track.
Well, like you said, this is a pretty good, tremendous leg by everybody there. Everybody were pretty much right where they were. And here's a good thing about it. The young men kind of know, let me get over to that first leg.
That's exactly right. They knew to cruise over right there.
Yeah, let me get over and not have to run a little extra. And so, again, really, really looking tight here.
Trying to get a pass right here by Naaman over East on the outside track. That's a tough one because you're running twice as far as the inside guy. But, boy, did he find it and take off. Well, that's a nice sprint by both of those young men. Lakeview gets a good exchange. Naaman, good exchange. Wiley, good exchange. Rowlett right on the track. Let's see if Rowlett can come up and get on that third place spot. Wow, I'm telling you, that Lakeview group is looking really, really good. Lakeview, had a 323. They are showing that they know how to run it.
Yeah, we'll see what he's got left here. I see that Wiley East guy's coming up, but Lakeview's looking pretty smooth here. He didn't really tighten up that much. Unfortunately, it looks like Wiley East tightening up. That bear jumped on his back.
Oh, yeah. Naaman's coming up on him. Good exchange by Lakeview. Everybody gets a good exchange here. Lakeview is cooking.
Yeah, Lakeview is out there.
He knows how to run it. Look at that stride. That is beautiful.
Just relax.
Just relax and let it fly.
See if he hits that.
Oh, Wiley East has got it going on too, boy.
Tell you what, he better not relax too much.
That pack is really close.
Ooh,
the problem with the second group pack is that they are all over the field here. They're trying to pass on the outside. It's just so tough to do that.
Boy, he had a good enough lead, and he's bringing it home.
Whoa, look at this East.
Boy, I tell you what.
Look at the teammates are all cheering.
Wow.
Oh, great race.
Yeah, well, I tell you what.
It's why this one is, they hold it to the last because everybody loves to watch it.
That's
it's
right.
so much fun. It's a great team effort by them, and it looks like they get a 324 as the first place team right there at Lakeview Centennial. Here we are. We'll provide you here the official results of the boys 4x400 meter relay. Welcome back to 9-6A Division Garland ISD District track meet. We have the women's team rankings results, and you can see right there, Saxe just 172. Man, that is a great score. Wiley East behind them with 148. Wiley 93. Lakeview in fourth with 83. Naaman Forest 37. Rowlett, North Garland, and Garland rounding out the bottom three. But Saxe and Wiley East, you put that many points on the board, you got to participate in a lot of events and come in first, second, or third in those events.
Absolutely, and again, Saxe looks very impressive up there, but hats off to them. They're to be commended. Just had a tremendous track meet, and again, you see that's why they're on top of the scoreboard.
And here are the results of the 9-6A district meet with Wiley East. We saw it all night that they had so many participants in every race, and obviously it shows on the scoreboard. 166. They just blow everybody out of the water. Wiley coming in second with 107. North Garland 101. Naaman Forest 71. Lakeview 63. Saxe 62. Garland 38, Rowlett 12 points on the day. But man, Wiley East and Wiley really putting it to them.
Really impressed with North Garland. I mean, you know, I thought they came out and really did a tremendous job this evening. And so, although they didn't win the track meet, I have to say that I'm really impressed with what they were able to do.
Yep. From Garland ISD, GRS TV, I am Bobby George, and this is Roman Alexander. Have a great night. We've enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.